ZywOo.
I do too. Overpass getting underway. For MOUZ, I'm hoping to see more mid-round aggression. Specifically for Overpass, it is such an open map that you can absolutely be disruptive if you go for those mid-round aggressions. Here's JDC though, tested early on Monster, quickly has to tuck back.
Well, JDC under a lot of pressure. Masuta comes out, JDC is down. Masuta continues to move forward. It's another kill for him. Frozen replies. There's a lot more work to be done here for MOUZ. Frozen has got the kit, so a few extra seconds added on to the retake attempt. Dexter sweeping through and removing Masuta. ZywOo's going to play down and look on up. The Glock connects where it needs to go. Dexter down, but Apex comes in on the flank, and that should be enough to confirm the pistol, and Vitality will indeed take it. So 1-0 start here for Vitality on the T side. They really struggled to get off to a good start and pick up rounds here on the T side before on Overpass. There's their opportunity to do so.
Nice little fast speed play, and as soon as JDC gets blinded, there's no one else on the MOUZ side in position to stop that fast push out through Monster. And so JDC himself can't reposition. They're able to swarm out onto the site early. As soon as you can do that, you put yourself in with a pretty good chance of trading effectively. Great to see a couple of entry kills from Masuta too. He's been having a decent time in some of those T-side pistol rounds, where he does get set up for some early success. Again, the investment back from MOUZ in this second round. They are taking a cheeky little stack towards long. Frozen's become a tree hugger in this round on long. That's not going to be relevant to the play, as it is, again, a B-sided attempt, which should be successful.
Yeah, you can leave him out there enjoying the...
enjoy the nature.
Enjoy the tree. Vitality on through. Apex over the top of the barrels. Mac-10's going to make some money for Apex. Extra swings out, and Dupree adds more money to Vitality's purse. So now, the save call for MOUZ. It's a situation where you invest, you're forced, but when they hit into the bomb site, you're not really stacked towards. You are forced to save into the next round. Otherwise, you would have nothing to play with. So that's Vitality locking themselves in the 2-0 start. This is the first few steps, right? You're, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, no problem here for Vitality. Taking the first 2 rounds, this is what you want out of the T side. Now, they did really struggle on the Overpass performance we've seen in the play-in versus Movistar, right? They really got shut down on the T-sided approach. So when you already find 2 rounds right from the get-go, gives you a little foothold into this.
Solid stuff for Vitality. Flashed in, Apex just able to get over the top. And the Mac-10s do all the heavy lifting. So for MOUZ, they will still have some weaponry available to them in this one. This time starting out with a much heavier B stack, as that has been the site attempted from the Vitality side in these openers. Frozen trying to see what he can do on the boost up. Magisk has snuck by. Lands a good little shot. They actually aren't expecting the boost. Apex caught completely off guard by that one.
That's going to give at least an edge here for MOUZ to play with. Whether or not they can send this one home is yet to be seen, but Magisk might be under a lot of pressure. A lot of pistols around the other side, and Frozen. There's one right between the eyes. Magisk out of there. Dupree quick to react as he pushes through connector. Masuta now coming with the rest of the forces of Vitality. And they have ill intent towards this B-bomb site. Bimas plays some barrels. Shot whizzes past Masuta's head. He wants to deal with Bimas with utility. Forces him into a better fight for ZywOo. Frozen at the pillar under a lot of pressure, trying to maneuver his way to safety. And try and draw some of the attention towards Torzi instead. He has got the scout available here. 45 seconds of Vitality with Dupree making the information play up towards A have decided, all right, let's back off. Let's play the percentage here. Let's try and get away. But now Frozen tries to catch them as they go up connector. Gets away with one of Masuta. And they're able to slip away at least with a bomb.
Solid recovery from Vitality to get back to this A-bomb site. Could still get a little sketchy though. I think they've decided to play a little more passively here for this post plant. Although actually ZywOo commits into the truck. Still going to be difficult though, the scout of Torji especially. Going to struggle here on this retake attempt.
Yeah, ZywOo is just in such a good spot right now. Should be able to melt opponents in front of him. Torji goes down first. ZywOo low in health, so Frozen could have landed at least one, but ZywOo will complete the 3K. And a 3-0 start for Vitality. Here's the first kill. Not really ready for Frozen. And then they got a second one, and you start to think maybe this is the thread being pulled to unravel Vitality's third round attempt. But dupreeh and MOUZ able to be pretty active in terms of pulling it back, and the call to fleet will allow Vitality up towards the A site to close out the round. Here comes the first buy for MOUZ though on map number 2. AWP out for Torji early on, and the rifles around him.
He will be left to solo hold the A side of the map initially. You can do that here on Overpass pretty comfortably. Lots of angles you can just slowly slip back to. Taking long could be an issue for MOUZ. They have left it open early. Dexter is now rotated up to help on the A side of the map though, so he will look to reposition. He gets caught in the open, but at least finds one before he's traded. That means MOUZ are going to send even more reinforcements to help Torji. This time Frozen, the player called up to assist. Oh, I like that. Try that wallbang.
He's watched the clip somewhere, I think.
Well, JDC getting picked. Now MOUZ do have to take some risks in this one. And it looks like they are leaving this A site much more vulnerable. Torji's going to have to do something special here to try and keep his team in contention. He's so far back.
Oh, a little bit of a gap actually at the bottom of that smoke. Spots out. He's just crossing over towards the truck, and he will go down to Frozen instead with a smoke spam.
I don't know how Frozen managed that, but now this retake maybe is doable. Vitality are going to sit back into pretty strong post-plant positions. But at least MOUZ can start to get out towards the site.
ZywOo just holding the flash at the ready to assist his teammates who are playing in from the mid spot. MOUZ goes to dodge the flash. Bimass still blinded, able to react and takes out MOUZ. Defuse being stuck now around the corner. dupreeh to get to it. ZywOo's the player that goes forward, and ZywOo brings them down. Another 3K for ZywOo. What a hot start he is having. 7-1 right now at the start of Overpass. He is having his way with MOUZ.
Arriving from long just in time. He was the player to get the initial trade. And that was the frag from dupreeh. Frozen.
Okay, Frozen. That looked like he had that smoke.
Crazy lineup to get that kill through the smoke. But you see ZywOo just about arriving, trading off his teammates, playing the late round scenarios very effectively. And MOUZ already forced to take a timeout.
Yeah, it's been a rough start here for MOUZ. And obviously when you see them in the retakes, and either feel like they've got a shot, but then ZywOo just comes in and rattles off a few. dupreeh's had some impactful kills here too. Vitality 4-0. The decision was to buy up a little bit, Frozen into the FAMAS. Everyone else on Deagles or 5.7s. A tiny bit of utility, a smoke. Dexter, Bimass with a flash alongside it. They're gonna go for the triple boost in towards Graffiti.
Got to come up with something creative in these sorts of rounds. When you are up on the triple boost, you will start sliding off your teammate's head, so it can be hard to fully coordinate it sometimes. Oh. Dexter was jump peeking monster, takes a lot of damage.
Does well to get away there though. May just realizes he can't commit too far, and if you're going that tunnel vision to take that kill, the boost has actually been adjusted. It's a triple boost again, or rather just a normal boost towards the back wall. And it's just going to go around and take Frozen off of it though. Awareness is there that realized that's the kind of play you expect in the pistols. So you break down some of the setups, some of the gimmicks they can rock here, and as soon as you do that, as soon as you start to remove some of the advantages that they might have, you really bring them down to show their weakness. Vitality are leaning in towards B, and there is still 3 players here for MOUZ. This is the best chance they've got to win this round.
Molly goes towards barrels. Apex, the first man in. Dexter spots these heads, but the flash looks good. Now Vitality can start to move over the top. There's a kill from Dexter, but the players are all trapped in water. They're still fighting. But Bimas, the last man alive, they know he's here. They're going to hunt him down. Nice shot, tries to turn, but ZywOo eventually picks up the trade.
Okay, that is not a very strong finish to the round at all for Vitality. ZywOo has to bail them out there. That looked good for Bimas. I thought he was about to hit that shot on the flick back. Here we go. They get to watch it unfold. Frozen was up on the boost. It looked good originally here for Vitality. Then they start to move through. They get the initial kills, and suddenly a couple come out from Vitality. Rather, MOUZ, and ZywOo has to close it with the 1v1. So 5 in a row rather for Vitality. It's still very good from them, and here comes the buy for MOUZ. At least a bit of confidence perhaps picked up towards the end.
Early mid utility from MOUZ, but Vitality have bypassed it. It's currently Dexter holding towards long. I think he's expecting a flash to be thrown here if he were to have to take a fight. Because long range, that AWP could have a pretty good chance against him. Meanwhile, Torji will finally get his opportunity. This boost, oh, very tight angle. Torji unable to hit the shot.
Information passed on to his teammates as to what he has seen.
Oh, and now Dexter's a little alone in the long bathrooms.
Oh, we got to see something here from Dexter. Swings out. It's a good flash to Torji, and it's a good pick here from Dexter. He realizes they're likely to push on the other side of the bathrooms, and he gets a second kill. Good work from Dexter.
Really well played from MOUZ to have a contingency plan in case Torji gets forced back from mid. He's got a flash for his teammate. That allows Dexter to get one for free and then have the chance to win a further fight while Vitality try and coordinate on his position. And with 40 seconds remaining, no connector control, dupree's going to start going back, but all this is going to do is give the game away that it's likely a B-sided attempt from Vitality.
Yeah, this round's one that's just filtered out to nothing, isn't it? They're going to save their AWP and AK-47. And you look at MOUZ, who will finally get their first round of the board, but I think if Vitality, there's been a couple of touch-and-go moments throughout these first 5 rounds. Finally, they will lose a round. But I think given the fact that you've got 5 in a row already on the T side, it's a damn good start. You're going to have to stomach some losses like this, and I don't think you mind too much saving.
Yeah. I guess you buy this?
Yeah, but it's a rough situation. At least ZywOo has some leftover cash. But do you want to keep the money in AWPer's hands in the reserve so we can get that AWP out later? Or do you want to just buy a couple of pistols around this and just leave that money there?
Good to see the solid flash assist and team play coming in from MOUZ. Simple but effective.
All right, he bought up.
Yeah, it's not too bad of a buy for Vitality.
Definitely capable of winning a round here, but an inspiring buy. Maybe some speed can help it out.
This got out into B short early despite the CT utility. Bimas looking like he might go for a fight here. Flash comes in, no one there, at least to be spotted.
Initial maneuver not finding too much there for MOUZ. Vitality went heavy towards B very early, but you have to really commit. They're sending ZywOo in to try and open things up. Now, this is an uncomfortable angle because you're kind of stuck between 2 spots you can be shot from, and Utility's going to go in to force ZywOo away. No one wants to just take a straight-up fight against him. For Vitality, the initial B setup, the initial B posturing has not worked out exactly how they wanted to. They still have a little bit of a lurk going on with Masuta, but they've lost Apex. How much of a play can they really make here outside of B?
Oh, nade lands just as they coordinate the boost.
Oh, it's worked.
I think JDC was watching for it, but he gets caught out anyway. Now Bimas decides he has to tuck back.
Torsi just got taken down to 5 HP. This is a doable situation for Magisk if he finds the kill, but he won't. Bimas takes him out. Now he looks to hold short. Masuda is the next offering for Vitality. As he goes around the corner, Bimas will happily collect that, and he goes in again. dupreeh this time is too much. But Frozen patches up the hole. Now inside, 1v3. Deagle pulled out 11 seconds for ZywOo, not a lot of time. He's trying to force the fight. Frozen will at least provide. ZywOo will lose it. And MOUZ will take their second round on the board.
Finally starting to get a little more comfortable on the MOUZ side.
I don't know how JDC loses that. You know, they were still ready for the boost, right? Because the nade comes in, as you pointed out, JDC's watching for it, and they still lose the fight.
Definitely nice for Vitality to get that 5-0 lead early, though. Especially considering they picked this map against Movistar Riders and only got 3 T rounds total, which put them in too much of a hole to be able to win that map. Unfortunately, though, the money has now run dry for them. Has been a map that Vitality have generally found success on here at this event. Outside of that brutal loss against Movistar Riders, they were able to beat Tyloo and Sprout on this map.
Teams you would expect Vitality to take down. Dexter goes out long. The pistol's looking to try and overwhelm him. He sees a lot of tracers coming through the smoke, but he feels of Apex. He's brought Torzy along to the party with him. Currently on the other stream, we have got NIP taking on G2. Currently 14-8 up our G2 on Ancient, which was NIP's map pick. That's 14 rounds currently on the T side. Looking to squeeze out the last two to take away their opponent's map pick. So run the A stream if you want to follow that action. If you want to continue with this, stay on the B stream. I think we're squad streaming this one, Hawk. You might even be able to watch both if you've got that kind of brain power.
Best of both worlds.
What do you reckon coming into today you would have said about that G2 NIP game?
Ooh, I think I'd probably favor NIP slightly. Listen, I go against NIP too often and then they win. Yeah. And also, it's not like G2 are filling me with confidence either, so I'm a feel it for NIP.
All right, I'll go with G2 on that one, I think. It does help that they are up 14-8. 5-3 for Vitality. They're back to the buy. No AWP for ZywOo, but they do have AKs. Oh, I love this run boost from Torzy. He's gone in towards short. Now, we did mention before this, you know, Jasmine was asking Hawker how you would want MOUZ to play here on the CT side, and you mentioned playing disruptive, playing a bit more aggressive and trying to break up Vitality. We haven't seen a whole lot of that.
Yeah, they're happy to sit back right now, but finally, some aggression. This time JDC flashed through Monster. Magisk does spot that. He's still trying to take this fight, and it does pay off for him. An extended duel between those two.
Yeah, well, taking a bit of a risk here for MOUZ has not worked out at all. Vitality have taken the first kill, and they've got so much ground just playing contact up through mid. Because they've doubled up at long, you have to concede the bathrooms. And Vitality might just wrap them, but Apex, ooh, lucky to get into the corner, now should be ready to deal with it. But the timing on the pull-out of the nade, he gets caught by Dexter. He's going to spot some info and call that to Dupree. Comes in to try and take the trade, and he will get it. Dupree actively fights for that. And in the meantime, his teammates have moved their way onto the A site. Frozen is left out to dry here at long. I don't think Frozen's been spotted, though. That information hasn't been gathered. So he still could pose a threat.
Bomb has been planted.
Bomb down. Not much that MOUZ can do unless Frozen found something instantly, but he's not been given that opportunity.
Yeah, and his teammates don't really feel like there is going to be an opportunity provided even by him, so tough one. I mean, that's a risky run when you go so heavy towards long. You just let them walk up through the bathrooms and into the A site. You're kind of hoping Vitality don't have the goal to go for that, but they do. They keep moving forward, taking as much control as they can get. And they find themselves on the A bomb site without too much of a threat. Frozen might actually get taken out here. ZywOo looking to be methodical, will clear out Frozen and takes his head right off. Grabs some utility on the way out of the round. And Vitality, as soon as they have to suffer the economic reset, have come back out with a buy again and look good on the rifles. A timeout being forced out again here for MOUZ.
Yeah, just not been much of a contest in some of these rounds. They were finally starting to get something going. But Vitality able to get 6 rounds already.
I think the fact that JDC's aggressive move there that didn't work out and he got punished for it, I think that's going to be the kind of moment where you feel like you're not going to go for that again. I think that's going to force MOUZ into the more passive setups, not going to feel as confident to take a few risks. I don't think you'll see him take up those heads-up plays too often now. As I said, you know, in this situation, especially with the inexperienced roster, you make a play like that, it doesn't go your way, you feel a little bit silly and you feel like that's a mistake that you can't afford to give away. And you don't attempt it again, and Vitality, you just get to manipulate you. Tor's yet to find some solid impact with this sniper.
I do like this setup early from MOUZ, just taking a big risk in this round by stacking A so heavily early. I think these are the sorts of rounds you can throw in every now and then to try and throw Vitality off guard. The only issue is Vitality have heavy numbers towards B short. Triple Nade goes into barrels. Now MOUZ will start to hear, okay, there's at least 3 players B short. Maybe we take initiative on A, but it's ZywOo who was waiting for them. MOUZ only able to get 1 in connector. Another strong start for Vitality, extended upon as JDC goes crouching into the angle. I think Magus was actually holding for the peek from water instead.
The crazy thing is, Vitality didn't expect this to happen because the bomb is still back near spawn, so there was no moment they thought this was going to be the closer of the round. The fights have just come their way, and now it's got to be something magic out of Torzy. Bomb has been collected. Oh, maybe not magic, but certainly Magisk. He's found him, no problem. Start to go back out through the connector. Vitality lock in the bomb plant. It's a quick reposition here from Torzy through the bathrooms and up onto the A site.
Looks like he might want to have a little look at.
ZywOo's already pushed up so far. He knows he
It's
can hear
so hard
everything.
to do. I'm surprised he's trying it. I guess they got the money, but
yeah, I think it's also a bit of frustration because he feels in himself, you know, I haven't done anything so far. You almost feel like you're pressured to make the play in that situation, but there's no need to. Probably would have just been better to save the ult when you don't see a clear opening.
yeah, you can see Magus, I think, trying to hold the water angle. Crouch peek comes into him and it ends up being at perfect headshot height. Who knows, maybe Torji saw the visions of a future highlight play after he got the first 2 kills, not meant to be. He has got the AWP back out into this one, though the money was still solid. Flash dodged by BMAS, but he can't adjust his aim back in time. Vitality finding way too many of these clean kills early. And MOUZ do try and go back to aggression, but again, it's early round aggression that won't work. Finally, Dexter fights back. Trade still going, back to a 3-on-3.
There's still so much time here for Vitality, even though it's a bit of an awkward fight going through. You still have to go back and get the bomb, but Apex has slipped his way out through Monster. JDC's going to go for the peek, and the flash is so good. Apex gets caught by that. Knocked down by John De Castro, but he's out of there. Dupree from downtown lands it.
2v2, and MOUZ will have to split up. At least Torji has this AWP coming up towards A, so he might be able to try and take a fight, but ZywOo sneaking in. He has been spotted. Torji still committing, but that's a headshot angle. ZywOo will make work. And now Frozen is just starting to push through B short, but the bomb's already being planted. He's got to get a move on if he wants to win this one.
Yeah, he doesn't have a kit nor utility, so good luck, Frozen. Enjoy your save. Vitality are now going to take the lead and confirm that going into the second half by a minimum of 1 round. They've already won this half, and to be honest, it really doesn't feel like MOUZ are in this game at this point. There's little kills here and there within the rounds, but they're never really in a position you feel great about. It doesn't help that ZywOo is just mauling them. 12-3. Dupree's actually died to the bomb. But he's 10-7. He's just alongside ZywOo. This is the first fight for Magisk. And Dexter gets one unsuspecting. Good little peek here from JDC, but he drops back and the nade catches him, unfortunately. Dupree gets that trade out. Nothing really goes MOUZ's way. That.
Yeah, MOUZ keep on going for these aggressions synced up early in the round. I was saying earlier, I think I prefer the mid-round aggressions from them. It was similar on Inferno too. It was a lot of aggression from the early round. But that's when the round is going to be most standard for Vitality. You're just going to be in your default. You're going to be ready for that CT aggression thrown at you. It's when the round starts to expand slightly that I think just an individual making a move, using their instinct at the right time could be valuable. Pistols for the most part in this one for MOUZ. Dexter has already been dealt with. Oh, JDC. Only takes one shot through the smoke. Could be worse, I guess.
Yeah, it could be worse. If Vitality win like this, if they keep this up and close out the series 2-0, that's a great statement. That's the kind of Vitality you want to see in their last match of the to qualify for the playoffs. Obviously, there's an opportunity. There was an opportunity yesterday to go ahead and get a semi-final spot, but the best they can hope for now is the quarters. But yeah, just finishing strong and showing this convincing performance against a team like MOUZ, that would get you a lot more happy about Vitality going into the playoffs. If they had to limp through Movistar Riders yesterday, it'd have been great. So coming back in, looking stronger today. And now just Frozen left alone. And let's be real, a team like Vitality should be beating MOUZ, right? That's the thing. You know, we're coming in to today and we said it's going to be tough to call. I think it was. Because Vitality haven't been playing the best Counter-Strike, they haven't been playing to the best of their ability, and they will be the first to admit that. But when you look at the names on paper, when you look at what this team was designed to do and what was built to do and what put together to achieve, they should be taking teams like MOUZ out pretty easily. So this is a good performance from them so far.
Yeah, should definitely be having that expectation. Frozen. May have spotted the man in towards heaven. It is ZywOo though. It's not going to matter. Frozen wins the fight anyway, so perhaps this rifle will be saved. But for MOUZ, they really need to start turning this around right here. We're already getting to the sort of position where Vitality arguably have too many T rounds.
Yeah, at this point, if you don't pretty much win the rest of the rounds left in the half, it gets a little ridiculous. And even if you do win all the rounds left in the half, you still have to get off to a good start with the pistol pickup and conversion off of that. So from this point onwards, the game will be difficult for MOUZ. Even more difficult. They'd stack towards boost. No one on it. Vitality have thrown a couple of these multi-nade setups. ZywOo's been picked out for the first time in, it feels, forever from Torzi. That's going to work out. An advantage picked up here for MOUZ. Bima swings, gets the follow-up, nearly gets himself 2 down through Monster, but luckily Apex at least gets a kill back.
Still a solid 1-for-1 trade, and after that initial pick, that puts you into an advantageous position. Torji is hanging around in the long bathrooms. I thought he might fall back a little sooner, but he still gets the timing right. Apex left in a 1-on-4.
That's more like it from MOUZ, right? Torji in towards mid, getting the pick on ZywOo early on. See a confident swing through Monster, just to gather some info. Because Vitality have been playing with a setup of heavy numbers outside B, while ZywOo plays the solo position towards playground and top mid. So when you take out ZywOo and you don't see anybody else, you need some info to see what's going down on B. Bimas is able to get an important kill there, nearly even follows up on Apex. That's Apex's first kill in a while here. It's not going to be too impactful, but to see a bit more out of him. Definitely had a good Inferno, had a really strong start on the CT side. But that's a 4th round for MOUZ. 2 more, and the half won't be too bad.
It's not too bad for them if they could get a couple more. Still would be a position where Vitality would be decently favored. But Nice to see Torji having the confidence to hang around early. Definitely a little risky if you continue to play like that into the future. You would probably expect Vitality to go ahead, put more players there, be able to trade you out early. But for a one-round thing, to get you back on track, definitely a decent idea.
First time out taking here for Vitality. I feel like they've been pushed to that point to call the timeout. Just trying to adjust. Don't allow MOUZ to build off of this. Don't allow them to recover the half. Put them away as convincingly as possible within this first half of play. Give yourself the easiest time of things to close out this matchup. Secure a spot in the Lanxess Arena. Just think of what it would mean to finally reap the reward of the fan base. Vitality always have a strong showing of fan support in Cologne, and because they haven't made playoffs that often here, Vitality, they haven't been able to enjoy that full support, especially the new players. ZywOo attempts the boosted kill, but no one's going to be peeking with it. Vitality will not come away with the opener on the boost.
Much more standard start to the round for MOUZ. Not going too aggressive early. Just Bearmass seeing if he can spot anyone towards B short. And now he's going to swing out wide. The flash comes in. He beats it, but he only gets one kill for his troubles. Masuta decides he wants to wait for any teammates to help him if he wants to go B short. Instead, they're doubling back through Monster. JDC just checked it, but as he backs away, they're sneaking up on him.
Well, JDC's timing. He just looked away, and as soon as he does that, they push through to the site. Masuta takes him down. Frozen at least trading out on both kills. Massive holdout from Frozen. Puts up a wall inside of the B site. 45 seconds left for Vitality maneuver their way through to this round win, but MOUZ are going to make it difficult because they're separated. dupreeh is on a lurk. ZywOo's on B with the bomb in his back. dupreeh is getting closer towards Dexter. Surely this is a position that dupreeh is going to hard clear. He's going to check as he goes into Dexter, but he had the shadow advantage, so Dexter able to react quicker. And now it is all ZywOo, 20 seconds. Not a lot of money left in the bank account. When ZywOo realizes, probably better I have this op for the next round instead of attempting 1v3 with such limited time. So he'll carry that AWP over into the last round of the half. But what we said MOUZ needed to do here was to get 6 on the board. Well, they've got 5. And the money isn't great here for Vitality. This is a really solid opportunity for MOUZ to recover this half and get 6 on to the board.
And they get this initial trade towards B, but then as these two players creep out through Monster, Apex and Masuta, they went for the full commit to the site when the rest of Vitality were not in position to properly follow up, to properly try and take B. So maybe the coordination there slightly off, as Apex and Masuta wanted to call for a pretty simple play through Monster. The rest of Vitality rather spreading into a default. Great pick from Mega early, manages to spam through, but Dexter himself takes initiative. So 1 kill early for each team, and Dexter, despite being completely alone towards mid, will hang around. That means Torji just holds top con, and now Dexter will look back. Wow, what a shot from the Tech 9.
Yeah, just straight to the head. Dexter hitting the deck.
Dexter hitting the Dexter, you could say.
I was more like getting teched to the deck.
Whoa.
For Dex. That doesn't really add up, Polka. We tried. Under a minute though. Torres is going to hold out long. Does the timing work against him again? So I will have to boost up on the flower beds. Just waiting for that peek to come in from Torres. Does he provide? Oh, a peek comes around. ZywOo unable to capitalize, but that is information. Now passed over to MOUZ. Where that AWP is. Frozen in the bathroom, so spotted the bomb, making a leap back towards this side of the map, and he stops it from getting there. Masuta picks it up and is slinking his way down connector because he doesn't want to give it away just yet. He wants to allow some extra time for Mages to get into a better spot, and he has got himself into a pretty decent position. Hasn't spotted out JDC's head at heaven just yet. The rotation is coming down and it's audible towards the position is known towards CT, but it comes down to whether or not Mages and Masuta can hold on to the site. MOUZ looking to come back in and close their sixth. JDC brings down the first and the second on towards Magisk. It's the recovery for MOUZ. A strong first half showing here for Vitality, but hopefully MOUZ have done enough to give us a show as we head into the second half. One half could decide if Team Vitality are booking themselves a spot in the playoffs here in the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne 2022. They look to try and finish strong on Overpass. 9-6 is the scoreline. Currently in the lead are Vitality. MOUZ is able to resurge, at least find some impact within that first half, and now they desperately need a pistol. They're going to be charging their way through to B, looking to split from two sides. Monster and Short may just go for 1 and 2 on the dual Berettas. Good trades coming through for MOUZ, at least keeping the numbers even for now. Masuta under pressure, and Torzi puts one right between the eyes. Zaiwu and Dupree left to try and pull this one back. Now, they are the two heaviest hitters here for Vitality. The problem is they've got to retake the site, and Dupree's flank is spotted. There's no kit on their backs either, nor utility, and Dexter will swing on by to take out Zaiwu. Dupree goes down as well, and that is exactly what MOUZ needed.
Nice fast pace into the pistol, setting the tone early for their T side. Vitality getting some resistance initially with the Doolies and Magisk. Played around this pillar pretty effectively. So the counter flash there also helping out, but once Magisk went down on the site, once they were able to run him down, Masuta was in a pretty compromised position, and Dexter landed a lovely couple of shots at the end there too. So Vitality will be buying what they can. MOUZ definitely need to make sure they don't let this follow-up round slip. They're instantly sneaking out through Monster into the stack.
Suda, the timing works against him. JDC goes right through and it's all cleaned up here for MOUZ. But we've seen dupreeh do some crazy things with pistols from that position in the past. Well, it's just a double on the 5-7 this time. ZywOo on the other side of the map. So not much could be had here, but just like that, you know, we've had this really convincing first half performance from Vitality. You know, we had ZywOo running over the top of him. But just like that, we're looking at a scoreline that's 9-8 now. There's only one round in this, so we're at a pretty competitive standpoint already. That's how quickly this game can turn, and that's why we've seen Vitality. As soon as MOUZ picked up one round after the loss streak, they called the timeout to try and make sure they put them away as heavily as possible, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't win a single round from that point onwards. MOUZ on a good streak at this point.
Yeah, it was feeling pretty good for Vitality. Now all of a sudden, it might get a little sketchy for them if this continues on the MOUZ side.
You would be anticipating a turnaround once the guns come out on the CT side, right? But it is a little worrying to me to see Apex quieten down a bit here. Hopefully the CT side can start to light up a bit.
I like the MOUZ just go running into the stack.
Yeah.
Get the round over and done with as soon as possible.
Full speed ahead.
Ends up being the way it works out for MOUZ in that one. There's going to be a stack again from Vitality. This time with all 5 players. Maybe that's the solution.
There
Only
we
had
go,
4
maybe.
last time.
MOUZ aren't running into it as heavy though. So something to go on the MOUZ side of things. That is a messed up MAC-10, Dexter. Surely you get paid more than that. Look at that.
Some people like the skins that look like they've been
Run over?
put through a shredder, blown up a few times. You know, they've got
They
character.
tell a story, right?
Exactly.
What story does this MAC-10 tell you? What does it give off? Trauma,
Yeah.
happiness? What are we going for here?
All of the above. It's just got everything.
I guess it's all the child support he has to pay back home. That's what he's left with.
That makes sense. Well, Vitality are starting to shift their setup. They've decided that B is not where the cool kids like to party anymore. It's the A site.
In the sewers, yeah. It's always a cool spot. Frozen's come up. Good kill on ZywOo. JDC's turn with the AK-47, and alongside Frozen, they will take themselves some kills. Masuda tapped away, Magisk left running away. Nothing to be had here for Vitality, as you would expect, so MOUZ keeping it clean. We'll be tying up the scoreline. We're even yet again. 9-9.
Really nice to see MOUZ bouncing back in this map. Felt like they were losing the rounds so one-sidedly earlier on, and now it's their turn to win a couple of one-sided rounds, thanks to the economy being in their favor.
They've actually been fragging better than Vitality. Everyone on the team's having some impact, whereas Vitality have been in a few really quiet performers. All tied up though. And here comes the buy round for Vitality. This is where the second half begins, really. The rifles will come out. This is where we get to see MOUZ tested and see where they're really at. If this comeback is going to amount to a competitive game the whole way through, or will the Vitality side kick into gear here on the CT side, because there was a point on Inferno where ZywOo kicked it up a level, and Vitality just sped ahead.
Early flash from dupreeh, nade to follow up, but he will be forced back. Over in the pistol in the first couple of rounds for MOUZ, there's no counter utility that you have to be concerned about. That's why some of those fast plays can be very effective. Dolgy has just snuck up into long. dupreeh just crossed to the corner. He puts the smoke down, so maybe he did see something. They're going to continue to stay stacked, and even a boost coming into play. Dolgy has to be watching for this, but not ready for ZywOo to be in position, and ZywOo looks like he's hungry for more.
Yeah, they're giving him great support here, Vitality, putting ZywOo in positions to get impact. Boost up to the long plate. Masuda unleashed with a flash through short. Doesn't get the kill, but gets crucial information. And actually, ZywOo has just spotted JDC's barrel tip around the corner. The flash will be good for a moment, but ZywOo had an opportunity, but now he's caught under a lot of pressure. They're running him down. The flash is good. ZywOo nearly gets another, but finally put in the ground. And that calls for dupreeh to step up. One from the back of the dice box to peek on out into Bimas. The reply is there for MOUZ, but Apex standing strong for at least one. Thrusts Bimas into the 1 versus 2. He's got to close out the clutch versus Magisk and Masuta. The double M combo. M&M trying to win this 2v1.
Bimas wasn't able to get that AWP there, so he sticks with the Galil. Maybe that's part of the reason why he's sticking to this close position. No kit in hand right now for Vitality, so they're going to start to get onto the site. They're going to tap this quick, but Bimas tries to take the fight. He gets the first, and Magus also in position, but Bimas swings onto both. And MOUZ are in the lead.
That's an incredible clutch. To have that kind of play in that moment, that was looking good for Vitality. You had everything go your way. You had ZywOo get the initial kill. He gets the second through. dupreeh gets one on the hold. You have another follow-up kill. It's a 2v1, playing the retake. Bimas steps up massively in this round. Gets the initial kill onto the site, and then able to knock him out. It's a 4K for Bimas. You wanted to see star-level performances out of him with the positions he's getting. Well, there you go. That's a brilliant round. That gives MOUZ the lead. And it breaks the money down for Vitality. They can't buy back into this. And this could be the turning point of this game.
And MOUZ happy to slow it down now in this one. I'm sure they got hyped up after the previous. Nice shot from Apex. Takes Frozen down to 11 health. So that's something for MOUZ to work with early. And in fact, Frozen will be given the luxury of the AWP now that he is low on health. Confident that Torji will still be able to do good work with the rifle. MOUZ fully sticking together in this round as they sneak towards mid. The scary thing about this is they don't know if Vitality have pushed through B. They don't know if Vitality have taken info towards the B site, so they may go for something a little quicker towards A, and that could work for them. It's only dupreeh here right now.
It's going to hold in behind the smoke of the site. Commitment forward, Apex lands the shot. Torsi down to 1 HP. Couple of missed opportunities here for Vitality. They're coming damn close, but dupreeh's Deeg lands onto Dexter. Flank around though, dupreeh at range, not going to be able to beat out the AK. So Bimas Tass was just dealing with that, feels confident that he had the range advantage. Vitality begin to move their way onto the site, but again, the lack of utility, the lack of kit makes this retake and defuse just almost impossible. The peaks come through, Torsi knocks out ZywOo. Vitality got an AK in the hands of Apex here. They're going to try and get that away. Maybe a bit of Kevlar saved on Magisk and Masuta. That's another round for MOUZ, 11. They keep pulling away now on this T side.
ZywOo still playing pretty well from what we were seeing earlier, so hopefully that can continue to be the case here. They need some individuals to step up now on this Vitality side. He was saying it earlier, MOUZ have been the better fraggers. You got Frozen up there at 19 kills. Obviously, Bimas having the impact with the earlier round. It's got to be time for someone from Vitality to step up here in this one. Important round for them now. dupreeh playing up on A behind the smoke early. ZywOo peeking into long. No one here right now for MOUZ, but they will start to cross. dupreeh's already fallen back though. So it is up to ZywOo if he wants to get an early pick. Oh, he's going to see that this is still clear. So as MOUZ start to come back towards B, the longer ZywOo sticks in position and sees nothing, the more likely they're going to think it is a B-sided play. Masuta holding connector could be a really nice position here. JDC's not expecting it. As ZywOo's peeked all the way into mid, he sees it's completely clear. They can stack this B site.
We're going to stack it out and put up a defensive wall to really try and repel this MOUZ side away, but they're going to continue to attack, and the flashes have been fantastic so far from MOUZ. They move deeper and deeper into the site. Dexter and Bumas taking all the kills between them. It is suddenly just Apex left within the site. Not enough has been done here for Vitality, but Apex could turn that. He could change that if he buys time for ZywOo. Maybe there's something in this. No kill from Apex. And ZywOo still down through the connector. Finally spots out his victim, just trying to get the timing on the shot, and he will time it perfectly. But it is just the shot that will allow him to fall back, because there's no winning this round. It's frustrating for Vitality because they had the players in the B site, they just didn't get the kills.
Yeah, frustrating for ZywOo especially. He's the man that peeks into mid, calls to his team, it's completely clear. They started to rotate their fourth player down to B. Couldn't get the initial hold successfully enough. It looked so good for Vitality, but not able to get it over the line. And now MOUZ come out to a 12-9 lead. This is great. Vitality were like 9-3 up at one point, I'm pretty sure.
They were. This is a streak for MOUZ.
You even have that boost early from Asuta.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming down to just not the simplest part of Counter-Strike, which is not shooting the other guy on the other side of the crosshair.
Yeah, not even having the trade set up on that B site, really. So many players stuck in water, sadly.
All right, well, Vitality, what have they got? Is there anything? They're sending ZywOo out for the peak, and he's down. I mean, when you realize that that's the only play you've got to run through ZywOo to fight our monster, it's not going to go well for you. Masuda and Mage is down. Just Apex and Dupree left. This is so strange for Vitality to go missing. MOUZ on 13 rounds now. They're going to be feeling pumped. Their goal now transitions to just don't mess this up. Don't drop the ball. We have put ourselves in a perfect position to close this map out.
And on the Vitality side, I know for sure if you're a Vitality fan right now, you are having flashbacks to the Movistar Riders series. Vitality were doing so well on that third map, and then suddenly Movistar Riders were able to take over. Vitality were never able to adapt on their CT side of Nuke on that one. This is feeling similar right now for Vitality. We're not seeing them able to adjust when things start to go wrong for them. Meanwhile, MOUZ will be loving how this is going right now, just running Vitality over round after round. See if Vitality can call for any sort of switch up ahead of this next. Again, ZywOo has been playing pretty well when he's been getting his opportunities. In that round, obviously, the run boost not effective. He nearly lined them up, but that's just kind of a Hail Mary play. There should still be options for ZywOo to have impact if he can get the right position early. And there we go. Only the second timeout taken by Vitality. Not surprised they call for it with how this streak has been going against them. They've lost 10 in a row.
So ridiculous how this comeback is happening, but MOUZ have dug deep and found it within themselves to make this happen. Timeout for Vitality, but what can you adjust? There's a lot going wrong right now. That B site not holding water at all. MOUZ are just flying through it. 3 away from victory here, MOUZ. Nuke is the decider map if needed. Vitality don't want to leave their chances of the likes us up to Nuke again. ZywOo goes for the peek through mid.
Forced back early. Dupree's got a second AWP, which is unexpected on long. They peek him dry. He picks up an opener, and maybe Vitality can sit a little more comfortably in their seats now.
Yeah, at least you got the advantage now. You've picked that up, but you have to convert this. It'll be the first round in 10. JDC has cleared out the connector. I think MOUZ are starting to realize Vitality are playing a pretty recessive setup. ZywOo needs to be careful he doesn't get caught out there. He's going to be dropping back. Looks to re-smoke Monster out for his teammates, and MOUZ is starting to gather closer and closer to this A site.
Down at a 4v5, it might be one of these explosive calls from MOUZ, sneaking up behind this smoke and using some simple utility to try and breach the bomb site.
I don't know if ZywOo and dupreeh, they've got two ops here. How are they going to slow this? How are they going to find enough multi-kill potential to hold on to this site? They just aren't. The rifles explode on them, and the double op setup is not designed to deal with that kind of play. MOUZ have made the perfect move.
Oh, what is that shot from Apex?
Yeah, a lot more needed though. Vitality get the kill. They're up a player, yeah, but not for long. Apex has got the other kill. It's now just down to bymas, and he's had a 1v2 already here in this second half. He looks to deliver one again. This time he's positioned towards long. Bomb isn't exactly planted for him. There's pressure on this. He needs to line it up. Shot is good on Apex. Defuse just being stuck. MOUZ goes to hold it, but bymas on the final shot prevents the defuse from happening.
Another clutch from bymas. He's having an incredible performance here in this second half. This was the initial shot. It looked good. dupreeh was also able to get that frag. A ZywOo towards truck, quickly handled. That was the shot from Apex that I thought might be the difference maker. They got it back into a good position on this retake, but bymas keeps his cool, tapping for the head through the side of the truck. I think Vitality might be saying a word that rhymes with truck right now. After losing this round, it just keeps going. You can take your pick, Dinko.
Well, they are stuck in the muck right now. Vitality have had multiple opportunities now to take a few rounds, but bymas has been breaking their backs in those clutches.
I'm so glad he's finally playing to that star level, because I was watching a couple of his demos a few months ago, and he was making a lot of the right decisions, making a lot of the right moves, getting in behind opponents in those late round scenarios, and just fluffing his opportunities. But it seems like he's just finding that level that we need to see from him to make MOUZ a much scarier team.
Well, scary, certainly the word that you can describe this T side for MOUZ. And the situation Vitality find themselves in, if they lose this, it is likely going to be MOUZ sending us to nuke. What an incredible result it would be for MOUZ to complete from 9-3 to 16-9, the 13-round run. Apex hears them. MOUZ about to pop out in towards the side, and Apex playing from the bathrooms. There's at least one here on the JDC. bymas has spotted the back of a player within the bathroom, so that's information there's two players at least there. dupreeh's come up though and shut bymas away, and this round looks like it's starting to crumble for MOUZ. How are they going to recover this one? A 2v4 to try and pull this off. Torsi, a couple of kills being found, but he's needed a lot more than that, and he's suddenly found 3. The flank around long though, dupreeh will shut down any attempts of a hero play, and as soon as I say the 13-round run, it completely falls apart.
Finally, something goes right for Vitality. A long time coming. Megas able to get through the smoke early, even though Torsi landed a couple of shots. It was at this point that the round was already pretty far gone for the Vitality side. Oh, sorry, for the MOUZ side. It's Vitality who take it back. See if they can find any consistency off the back of that, though. Not the ideal flash early. MOUZ playing down connector this time. Maybe ready to move up if Apex spots anyone, but they're sneaking up into the bathrooms area. There's a flash to allow MOUZ to the early success, but he's being closed in on, and he still gets a second.
Oh, that's much better here from MOUZ. Some fragging input finally from Vitality. Still a recoverable round here for MOUZ. Getting into the connector, walking down the stairway. They're worried about that smoke because there could be a player within it. bymas in the meantime, looking to be the playmaker, walking through Monster. Comes down to timing whether or not dupreeh will catch them as they cross down. They're worried about dupreeh. And obviously when they open that doorway, that's going to signal him to look around, and he's caught Torzy with an nade in hand. But no kill from dupreeh. Not enough damage done to bring down that extra player. And in the meantime, MOUZ has pushed his way through to the B side. He's got some ground here, but ZywOo holding a missed shot from the AWP of ZywOo. And Dexter's inside of the smoke. Apex looks down. MOUZ is gone. Torzy removing Apex. So it comes down to whether or not this play from Dexter can work. ZywOo going forward. Torzy's got the no-scope. How are they recovering this one? How have MOUZ found themselves in this position? Vitality looks so good in this round, but suddenly it is just Magisk left alone. Dropping down from heaven to hell. And he might just be in hell right now as Torzy is looking for him. He's creeping through Monster, Molly onto the side, and Torzy with the 3K. How have MOUZ turned that round around? How have they found the win?
Who'd have thought it would be MOUZ on this map to come through with so many clutch moments, so many late round scenarios. Masuta doing so much work from connector. Apex couldn't hold the push into top con to help his teammate. And then suddenly, a couple of fights found. This was the moment. The fake plant baits ZywOo in. Torzy outplays him. And the molly onto the bomb. I was maybe a little scared when Torzy decided to peek, but he was playing with confidence and clearly with good reason. Final timeout taken for Vitality. And this is really giving me vibes from their series against Movistar Riders. I don't want to say it, Vitality fans, but you got to be a little concerned right now. Nuke's the decider.
More than a little. This is, well, disappointing to say the least from Vitality. Apex has found some impact in the last couple of rounds to get them onto the board, and Masuta gets the double on that. It looks so good. A missed shot from ZywOo allows MOUZ to move into the site, but it's not even MOUZ that gets the impact. It's the Dexter and Torzy show. Oh, this is rough from Vitality, and it might just come to a close here in Overpass.
$4B early. Vitality might take initiative.
They look to go through short. MOUZ is holding. Decides to get out of there. He gets out of there just at the right time, and he now goes back in with the flash from Dexter. Masuta will go down. The trade is good on to Magisk, but he is traded out by JDC, and MOUZ are doing a fantastic job at not letting Vitality sit comfortable. Vitality down a player heading into the final minute of this round.
Waiting outside of this B side of the map. Still a couple of players here. Smoke goes in. Got a rifle of Apex at barrels. ZywOo playing up close. They go through.
Yeah, Torzy's going to take him out. The kill is in favor of MOUZ. Apex and dupreeh starting to come back into it. Apex is blinded, forced down into the water. MOUZ have the advantage and they're pushing forward, gaining ground. Dexter with a headshot. It's just dupreeh left. He's coming back through Monster. FAMAS on his back. No kit, one single flash, and 3 players on the other side of the server he has to remove. Dexter looks for him and he gets the headshot. MOUZ will pull it off. 9 rounds found, 9-3 was the scoreline, and MOUZ have pulled it back to take victory, 16-10. We need Nuke to decide who's going to the Lanxess.